This is Sarah.
This is Elise.
And this is Ellie. Welcome to the 2025 Southern Sectionals.
Hey, welcome everybody.
Hi.
The girls just got to welcome us to the 2025. We won't get to hear it. Like, it's kind of weird,
Right.
like how it works. But the 2025 NFAA Southern Sectionals, little different of a shoot here. Same as SIWAT, but kind of different format, right?
Right.
So what is different about this one, Carrie?
This one is different because you get to shoot 2 times. So a total of 120 scored arrows. You either shoot them Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, whatever is, or you can shoot both of them the same day.
Yeah,
And then we're competing against archers across Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Mississippi,
that's
Arkansas.
5. And Arkansas, yes, 5.
And Arkansas.
Also, the other thing that's a little different is that they do an inside out for this one.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Which is a little different. Explain that to us.
Inside out is the X ring on the target face, but not touching the actual ring. So anywhere where the X is, but not touching the ring. That's an inside out. Those are tiebreakers across the sectional.
So you can see that scorecard or that target there, that top left on that 5 spot. That's an inside out.
And then something that's grabbing the line, like
That
the
center one.
yeah, is just an X, not
There's
inside
still
out.
X's, but there's a difference between
And
inside
all of
out.
it counts as 5 points. The X, the inside out, or the second white ring, they're all 5 points.
Yep. So the scoring's a little different than the colored ones that you've seen them in the past. This has a white ring, and that white ring is all a 5, like she said. On a colored target, that would be a 9 if you hit on
Right.
the outside of that white, which would be a yellow. I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but it's the size of that. That is the size of the 9 to the 10.
Right.
So it's a little different. So if on a single spot you have 1 through 5, and on a 5 spot it's just 4 through 5.
Yep.
Little confusing because you see that blue and there's an extra ring. So when we first were introducing this target, people were actually thinking that goes down to a 3.
Nope.
It doesn't. All that blue is a 4.
If you lay these targets on top of each other, you'll see that the dark blue ring on the 5 spot is equal to the innermost dark blue ring on the single.
Even on the picture, the white looks bigger on a 5 spot, doesn't
For
it?
sure. It does. But they're the same.
I'm measuring it right now.
Archers
I'm
will
measuring it right
shoot,
now. Let me see here. We'll measure it. Yep. See, look, they're
It does
exactly. Isn't that crazy? The view. If you on your screen, if you even looking at it, it looks like it's bigger. Take a ruler. You can
And it's
check
the
it,
same.
and they're exactly the same size, even though they look different.
Archers will shoot 5 arrows per end, 12 ends. We take a break at the half.
They shoot the bottom first, and then they'll move to the top.
Yep,
and if
bottom
you
line
shoot,
first,
if
and
you
then the
are on top, you move to the bottom. And bottom always starts first. We're still in the practice portion of it.
Should be the second practice in starting.
Yep. There's Jewel and Nash. Jewel is out of Louisiana.
She's got a different bow, too. I was just talking to her parents about it a little while ago. I looked around, I was
She just picked it up.
where's the Hoyt?
Just
Good for
moved
her.
her from
She said
a
she
Hort
likes it.
Invicta to the Matthews Stratus.
Matthews title.
Wow, the Matthews title.
She said she likes it.
It's the title 2, Gen 2. So she has the ability to adjust the cams.
Without the press.
That cam, what do they call it? Cam, my mind just went blank. A cam shift technology. Got a few barebow shooters out there.
Almost a full house today.
Winnie Dotson there to the right.
2, 3 archers. 4.
You see Toby Ragsdale. So again, this is just practice. So they're getting their. Let me look down there and see. So a lot of them, I'm looking down there. A lot of them are still using used targets. So when they get to the scoring round, they'll go ahead and put their new targets up at that point. Other thing you'll notice is there's a bunch of different divisions. Last one we had barebow, we had barebow recurve. The difference is the barebow can have wheels, it can have stabilization. There's a lot of things it can do on barebow. Barebow recurve has some limitations on what it can and can't have. One of them is it has to have a riser with the limbs, Cole Ware down on the end. It was a full house. I mean, it is a full house.
It looks like just 1, 2,
So
3.
four no-shows. You know what? I could have moved 9 into those other spots. We ended up having to have an extra lane, basically. I think I'm going to redesign so that we can just get the 10 lanes, because I feel like every time we're always scrounging around to get that 10th bale up,
Right.
so that we have that extra lane. Gets us to 40 archers in here when we do that, and it's definitely doable to be able to make that happen. Daniel Kim, when he shot 2 weeks ago, shot a 299 Olympic recurve.
I think so. I think if you moved everything, you have enough for.
We could rearrange a little bit, so it's just not so tight on that 7, 8, and 9. Trying to give archers room, you know. Again, this is a practice round, so if you go to eyesonscore.com, at the top, you'll see the 3 lines. It's not official. Not official at all. It's only our location. There's multiple locations shooting. I think there's some shooting this weekend. They go all the way through, what, March? February?
I saw all the way.
No, February.
First part of February, yes.
First part. So you won't even see the final results until then. I was doing a quick search. I was struggling to even find the results, to be honest, but I'm sure they're out there. I just need to go and do a little
Probably
more searching.
on the INZO.
Yeah. We're adding, our club is growing quite a bit.
It is.
I'm real pleased with the numbers. We had a little dip last year in the team, but now it's coming back. We're offering, one of the things that is very important to me as a community, building a community in archery. And I really don't care what club, what shop you shoot for. I want these kids to feel like they're a part of something.
Right.
And part of that is, and it's unfortunate, but they have to have the same jersey. And so we've been really trying to figure out, how do we build the community so that kids can be a part of the same, because there are shops and clubs that have maybe 1 or 2 kids that shoot out, that shoot nationally. And so when
Right.
they show up to these events, they don't know anybody. And so what we're offering is a jersey that just says Spider X, and it allows you to add your shop or your club's logo to the back of it, so that you're supporting your club, but you're also becoming a part of a bigger community of archers. And that way, when we have, and also it's communication. I think our communication is really good. So we have WhatsApp, we have a private Facebook page that gives you a lot of information about up and coming. Carrie and Wendy and I are talking about, how do we create a private podcast for our team, which we are going to do, that gets you guys prepared. 5-10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, just quick podcasts that explain what is up and coming, so that when you go, that you know what it is. We're finding nobody likes to read emails when they're long. Nobody likes to see those Facebooks or that pit posts. They miss it. You try to get the information on WhatsApp, but again, it's like Facebook. Once there's more text, it all kind of disappears.
Yes.
We want to be able to have an easy way for you you're just driving somewhere. You can listen to 10 to 15 minutes and you have what you need information-wise. And you can re-listen to it if you have to.
Yep.
Vegas is coming up. That's one that we're going to have to do. That one's a very important one, because it is a little intimidating showing up to an event that's in a casino that has over 4,000 archers shooting.
Your podcast helped us our first year. We
Yeah.
listened to it about 2 weeks before we went, and it was like, okay, we took all the notes we needed. So
It helps with the stress, because Vegas is one of those interesting ones where you don't know what they have a general schedule. And so it's like, okay, when do we shoot? I don't know. Like,
right.
When we went the first time, we found out when they shot, when we registered, when we got there. So I really had no idea. I didn't even have an idea at the time. I didn't even know what day it was I was supposed to shoot. I had kind of an idea, but it was so confusing to me because I'd never been. I didn't know what to expect, stuff like that. So we try to get that information to our parents and our archers, so that to keep people like Carrie from stressing out.
Yes.
Because Carrie's a rule follower, and she likes structure.
For sure, I am. Jessica.
So the
said.
podcast is for you, specifically, just
Yes.
for you, just for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Again, we have Jacqueline here. She does our directing, our scenes, she manages the cameras. She does so good. Like, we've never had someone as good as her, and probably will never have anybody better than Jacqueline. She seems to feed off of what we talk about. If we talk about an archer, she knows the archers, so that makes it even better. Because when we start talking about an archer, she immediately goes to them and their target, so you'll be able to see how they're shooting during that moment with picture-in-picture and stuff like that. Yeah, she says it's kind of creepy because she knows people that don't know who she is.
Jessica said she's watching the wrong one.
The wrong one.
Yeah, she said, "What color jersey is Connor wearing?" I said, "He's not shooting right now." And she said, "Well, then we're watching the wrong one."
She may be watching the one that was this morning.
This morning, you're probably watching this morning, Jessica.
Is her son coming to shoot?
Riley is here.
Oh, that's a different Jessica.
Different Jessica. That was this morning.
Too many Jessicas.
Yes, I have 3 Jessicas that I coach
Yeah.
kids. I see us.
Well, we have another full house. This morning was full, like legit
It was
full.
full.
This one's not too much less.
Actually,
Well, it's
it's
one,
not.
two,
It's
three, 4. It was.
But if you move those 3 on 9, because we had to move 9, so if you move those 3 on 9 to 1 through 8,
It's full. It's full.
it's the same. We're only lacking 2 10-yard archers.
Yeah. So we are actually full. We added an extra lane, an extra bail, so
Yeah.
that we could accommodate. And there's 1, 2, 3 open spots, 4 open. Oh no, it would have been over.
There's 3 open spots. We would have moved them over, and then that's what we did for the first morning line.
I wonder why my daughter is not putting up a new target. Let me find out. Where is my daughter?
Is she not?
Ellie, you putting up a new target? You doing a new target? She shakes her head yes, but. Ellie.
Hello? I'm still here, right? You can still hear me? I don't know which. Hello? Hello? Okay, sorry. Technical difficulties. They are. Given some last minute instructions.
I was wrong. I was looking at the wrong target. She knew what she was doing.
I'm muted also.
I should have known. She was good. Yeah, problem is when we're up here, we can't be mom and dad.
No.
You know, makes it hard. My wife is not here, so not that she would know. She just likes to shoot. All right, first scoring in. Bottom target up. So it was a little tight over there on 8 and 9. So they're open. They moved 1 so that there's only 3 across instead of 4 across
Oh, okay.
on 8 and 9. So it gives them all a little bit of extra
A little
room.
bit of space.
I wonder. I'll have to rearrange a little bit, see if we can get a few extra archers.
You can move the trees and squish another.
Well, you can't do much over there because
I forgot the beam.
the beams are there.
The big I-beam.
If I had to do it over again, and I may do it, just take them all out and then put gaps between the bales. Or I'm just going to buy new bales and do something different,
Either way.
so that you have an actual 1, 2. So like a 48 or 48-inch bale.
Right.
These are all 42 inches, so that makes it hard. Or 52. You want to make them big. But that was an interesting number that you said earlier on how many competition arrows that are going to be shot.
21,600 today.
21,000. So the bales take a pounding. So, if we do SIWAT in a weekend, you have over 20,000 shots that hit your targets. And that what wears, so you can down there and start seeing little wear spots in the centers or
Right.
5 spots you can see where they've been shooting. There's Nash. Nash, we just got him a new Hoyt. I say new to him. It's a little target bow. He was shooting a Matthews Stoke before. And we found this Hoyt FX that would fit his draw length. He shot a Vegas 300 the other day with it.
Way to go, Nash.
Yeah. I saw
All
that
right.
posted on Facebook.
That's a big accomplishment right there.
I don't think I can stress more how important it is that once they can fit into a target bow, get them into a target bow.
For sure.
These bows are meant for performance, when I say performance, not speed, but control.
And
that little FX it's an older one.
right, but they'll still shoot. It improves the archer's game
It does.
so much. The
It
longer
does.
axle to axle, the little bit heavier bow, it makes it steadier, makes your sight picture nice and still.
You go from like a Stoke that's, I don't know what the inches on it. It's not very long. Then you go to a FX that FX is between, I think that one's probably 35 inches ATA. It's a big jump.
Right.
And longer ATA slows everything down, which makes it a little more forgiving of a bow to shoot. Daniel's been shooting really strong. Recurve shooter there at full draw. 299 2 weeks ago here at our SIWAT. And his X count was really high too. I say it was real high. It was it was legit high 30s for recurve.
Oh, there's our little cubs.
There's Riley and,
Riley and
Landry.
Landry.
So Landry's been shooting for us for about a year now. Riley, so sweet, she came up and asked if she could be a part of the team. Again, this is they don't live close, but they want to be a part of something, and so we will definitely figure out how to get her a part of that community so that like Landry and her would be buddy bud. Right now, and I'm they're probably buddy bud, because they have seen each other.
Right.
But if they hadn't seen each other, they wouldn't know that they should be friends.
Right. Right.
If that makes sense.
Riley's part of my JOAD program and 4-H program.
And again, teaming up with other clubs to make sure that, that we're all supporting each other, I think
For sure.
is great. Yeah, we're starting a new pen program that allows for NFA. I mentioned early USA, whatever you're shooting, and it'll accommodate for that. And I sent it out for review to a lot of coaches around the country, and They love them. They
Good.
love the idea so much that several of them are just deciding they're going to go ahead and
I'm
just
fixing
go
to
with
copy
it.
it too.
Yeah. No, they're not going to copy it. I'd say copy it. They just want to order all the same stuff so they don't
Oh.
have to do anything. They're just going to use
Yeah.
the same paperwork. They're going to use the same pens and just go with it.
I'm going to try to implement it into my 4-H program.
There's Ellie. There's my
Ellie
daughter.
Booth.
She's been working really hard on her form, and recurve is something I don't know very well. And so we have a coach that works with her, and learning a lot really fast when it comes to Olympic recurve. She is fun to watch because she is a competitor. She loves to compete. But she is having a little bit of a shoulder issue. I need to take her to the chiropractor this week.
On her draw arm, bow arm.
On her draw arm. She told me it popped the other day. It was hurting. It popped, and then it felt really good, and she shot really good. And then today she says it's feeling tight again. So I'll take, I don't, like with our kids, if they say they got a little bit of shoulder issue, I'll take them to the chiropractor and make sure everything's good and in line. I don't want to take any chances of something getting injured.
Right. There's Elaine.
Elaine, young, excellent shooter. Shot a 300 at 10 yards last year, Olympic recurve, and is still coming on really strong this year.
He can't get
He's still got plenty of time.
adjusting his.
Uh-oh. Was that like the fourth time he's let down?
I
Something
think
doesn't
that
feel
was
right.
3, right? These archers are conditioned to know that when they draw, it's got to feel good. Otherwise, most of them are instructed to let down and start their shot process over again.
Yeah. So there's a one thing that we talk to our archers about is if something doesn't feel right, reset.
Yep.
So don't, some people will let down and then draw right back up. There are, and we just say, hey, get to a point of reset. And normally for me, if the reset is you don't have to take the arrow off. Some people even see them, they'll take their arrow off and stick it back in their quiver and then start the whole process again, just to make sure that they do everything the same. One of it is to relax and then reset. Part of reset for me is adding that little bit of string pressure, that little pressure. So when you add that pressure and get that heel pressure, add a little, give a little pressure on the string to give that pressure. All of a sudden, that's where your start point is. Boom,
Right.
you start your process of shooting. We found out in Vegas one year that Ryan works a lot on that's my son, worked a lot on his process. One thing we did not work on was the process from anchor to fire. And you'd say, oh, what does that even mean? Well, I'll tell you. Part of the when you anchor, a lot of times what we've done is, as coaches and as athletes, they just come in, they anchor, and they just fire. They aim, fire, boom. So what happens is in stressful situations, the mind wants to kind of,
Take
malfunction.
over, right.
It wants to malfunction a little bit. And so we started working on what does that process look like and how do you continue it from when you hit that anchor, that you continue adding pressure and you continue to talk yourself through it. You continue to add the pressure to your back. There's this whole thing that really gets to the point where you're aiming and starting that process of continuing to pull through the shot. It keeps the mind from wanting to freeze up, keeps the mind from doing some of those things. Malfunction is a good
Right.
word. Like we kind of malfunction and things go awry, So it was really a good lesson learned for all of us. He still did well. He just struggled. And as parents, we were talking about it earlier, it's tough to see our kids struggle in any type of sport. And I think for me, archery is even worse because
You
it's
know how to
all-
fix it.
Yeah.
That's my problem. I'm like, I know I don't shoot as competitively as Connor, obviously, but if it's a form issue, you know what I mean? Like I can see and tell him this is what you need to do, but he can't see himself.
Right. And also, it's all on them.
Yep.
Like, it's not like we can go, okay, yeah, like in basketball. I remember I played competitive basketball, high school, college, and I just remember being in high school and my dad saying, hey, you know what? Sometimes your shots are not going to go in, when you're shooting. And I was the outside shooter. Sometimes they don't fall in. So where do you have to refocus? Focus on defense. Focus on your assist. Focus. There's other things you can focus on. So you could have a low-scoring game and still feel like it was a successful game. Archery's not the same.
It's not.
You start dropping a few X's, all of a sudden you go into panic mode. There's
For
no
sure.
other. There's no other. I mean, it's
There's
all
no
on
way
you.
to make it up.
Yeah, it's all on you. Like,
Yeah,
what are you
there's no
going to
way
do?
to make it.
Focus
You
on
have a
form?
set-
No, you're going to focus on form because that's not going to help you score.
No.
And you just start. It's just this whole
You have a
cycle.
set number of arrows to shoot. It's not like it's an unlimited amount for 2 hours that you're shooting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A basketball game, you don't know how many times you're going to be able to take a shot at the basket. In archery, you have, depending on the game you're shooting, you have 30 arrows or 60 arrows. And that's it. So when you get down to arrow 58 and something's not going well,
Something didn't feel right.
you only have 2 more arrows, and that's it. Your score can't be any better than what it is.
True that.
So it is a tough game. You're right.
That was one thing I've had to learn. Individual sport. I had never grew up in an individual sport like that.
I didn't either.
It was always team sport, so you could always, you could always depend on your team.
Right.
Here, there's no depending on anybody. Once
Nope.
it's all on you. They should all be down there. I don't have any more. That's all the ones we could find last time.
There might be some on top in the bales.
They were asking for clipboards. I don't have any more. I don't know what happened to all my clipboards. I used to have like
A stash, huh?
30 of them. I don't know what happened to them. They're probably in a box somewhere. You know what? I think I know where a lot of them went. So we used to have our trailer here at the shop, and somebody broke in and stole a bunch of stuff. And it was I know we had a bunch of them in a bin. So that may be where they're all disappeared at. Second scoring in. If you want to see live scores, go to eyesonscore.com and you'll be able to check it out there. We do appreciate you joining us. This will be probably our last one for the weekend, live coverage. We're only doing a couple of them this morning and this afternoon. A couple of our biggest lines. We could do tomorrow if you wanted to.
We can do tomorrow morning,
Okay.
but we're going to hightail it.
To get out of here.
Yeah, 59 South
So
as soon as we can.
if you're up to
tomorrow.
it, you let me know. We'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I mean, I'm planning on it.
So we'll do-
Connor's going to shoot
we'll do it
and
tomorrow
Riley's going to shoot.
Can you do it tomorrow morning? If not, that's okay. We'll find somebody
We can train
that's
somebody.
lesser of a.
Or it's going to sit on one screen the whole time, Jacqueline.
Or you know what? I'll do it. I can do better. She knows I can't. She's seen it. I get distracted talking, and then next thing you know, it's just pointing at the floor.
My friend and I are texting that when we were supposed to meet for dinner tonight, we're trying to find a place. Well, the maps of Houston traffic right now are
Terrible.
red and yellow.
On a Saturday.
I've never seen it really like that, but I think it's because a lot of people are out buying groceries and stocking up for the weather the next couple of days. So I don't know if we're going to get to see each
There's
other.
Cole Ware. Started off with a 25 5X.
Okay, Cole.
When I went out there was Cole. There was Nash. There was Jacob. There was who was the other one? Let me look down there. Now I'm gonna have to go look. I can't remember. There was another one that I saw. There was Adam Shackelford with 25 5Xs.
Good.
A lot.
Good job, guys.
Benjamin Sharp 25 4X. That's bow hunter. So there's Toby Ragsdale 25 25.
Clean. That's
Yep.
what I call clean.
Clean. Sorry, 25 4. Why did I say 25 25? 25. So we've got when I was looking at the X counts, those 4 had 25 and 5 is what it was.
It looked like, I don't know for sure, but it looked like Cole might have dropped an X.
Where's Cole? Let me look down there.
9B or C, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he dropped 1X. But he's the type that could come in and just clean it after
Clean
that.
the rest
like,
of it for sure.
Good round by Daniel. Toby Ragsdale. Looks like he's got, he got 25. Got a jar liquor over there on the bottom right.
A what?
A jar liquor.
What is that?
It's on the line. You know, one that, it's probably not a true jar liquor. It's whenever you just missed, or you're to the right or the left or whatever, and you're just touching the jar, so they call it a jar liquor.
I've never heard that.
So looking at this archer, who is that? That is 7B. Take me a minute to look these up. Maybe. Dennis Chen. So it's interesting. I've noticed this more and more. We have, we've always taught noses on the string, but sometimes if their nose is not the right size, it's kind of hard to get that string on the nose, and so they have to use different spots as their other point of contact, which is like on their side of their mouth or something like that to get to stay the same. You don't have to have your nose on the string to be consistent. Eye wants to center. To me, it feels like it makes sense. Like if you can get your nose on there, it's just another point of making sure that your left and right are good. Just looking down there, looking at everybody's target. My mind just went blank. Nathan? That's not Nathan. Timothy, Nathan, whatever.
Not the same.
Not the same. There's a lane. I got to say, Houston Archer Center is pumping out some archers. We're seeing that program. It's always been a big program, but I feel like I'm seeing more and more of those archers shooting in competitions. Part of it is they've got coaches that from that club that will show up just like us. We make sure that we have coaches that are available to, not that we're there to coach, we're there to talk kids off the edge sometimes or keep them focused or someone just to talk to. It's important.
I need my own binos. I should have asked
Here
for
you go.
some for Christmas.
Oh, Amy did, and I bought her some.
I'm gonna have to do that next.
I think I got the wrong mic.
I think this.
There we go. Yeah, that one. I got it muted. I hit the wrong one. Man, he's going to take like 120 shots to shoot his 20.
Elaine.
Yeah, there you go. Got through it. Good. Got about 5 sets of binoculars. What happens is I lose them, and then I find them, then I lose them, find them. How's the quality out there? I haven't even looked. I just noticed that we're running off of Wi-Fi.
Oh, you mean like out on the streaming?
Yeah.
I hadn't looked yet.
I'm looking. Let's see. Quality looks pretty good. I forgot to turn off. I have to connect to the Wi-Fi to print, and so then I forgot to put it back on Direct Connect.
Oh.
But it looks like it's working pretty good. We're not going to mess with it. All right. Let me see here. Let me go to YouTube. I'm just going to make sure that everything looks good. I know that's not the most professional, but you know what? Sometimes we got to double check ourselves.
I think Jessica was watching. She had no complaints.
Again, one of the things that you can see on camera, go to camera 2 real quick and look at those on the wall. Scroll up a little bit. One of them fell. I got to get that one back up. But what we do is each one of our archers will create, we'll give the opportunity for a parent to go ahead and purchase a sign that they can put up with their, with the jersey, with their name, location. End of the season, we'll go ahead and give that to the archer, give it to them so they do whatever they want with it.
Jessica said things look good on.
We're trying something a little different to see how people like it. We've got a few more that are being printed right now that need to be put up, just as a way to highlight our archers. The other thing we do is if you go to TEX Archery, it's texarcheryx.com, which I think I'm going to change the name. I'm looking for a new domain name, but I'm going to change that probably sooner than later. But you can go and see all of our Olympian status, our silver, our bronze, silver, and gold level archers. We go ahead and create a image for them. We take pictures and images and get those out there so that we can highlight their accomplishments. And it's kind of a cool way to show them off. I think we've got some of the best archers in the nation here in Texas, and
sure.
I think we should highlight them. And I think we're getting as a state, you can just tell that we're getting our kids. They're getting stronger and stronger, and are able to compete at the highest level. A lot of fun to see the success of these kids. We have a few kids going to NFAA Nationals in Chicago, so that'll be a new location. I'm interested on how that will look.
Are y'all going?
We are not
Us
going.
either. Not this.
We thought about it. I mean, we thought about going there. We were planning on doing Lancaster. We got the bill for Ryan's A&M ring. And so my wife, you need to regroup on how much travel you want to do.
He might need to spend a few weekends in the archery shop.
Yes. I saw that. I saw the bill come through, and I called my wife that evening last week, and she's like, "Oh, he already called. He's already paid for it. He used our credit card." But it is kind of exciting.
It is. He's already a junior, right?
I know. Time just goes by so fast. He literally has a year and a half left of school.
Yep.
I tell everybody, if you've got young kids, once their freshman year in high school,
Don't tell me because I'm 4 months away from that.
It flies by.
I'm 4 months
I mean,
away.
it legit flies by.
You are too, right? Ellie's 8th grade.
Yes, and it flies by. And then I've found out it's the same for college. Next thing you know, they're seniors in college and they're done. My first one graduated in 3.5 years, so it was way fast. Like that time, I was like, wait a minute, she's done?
Babies don't keep.
No. Then they get married, and then they have grandkids. Actually, I like the grandkids.
You like the grandkids, huh?
Man, they're fun. Tara Prophet, shooting bow hunter. Fiery young lady. We love Tara. She's done some fun stuff for us. She's Cajun. So, they brought big pots out one time and had a big
Was it
gumbo.
gumbo? Yeah.
Cooked a bunch of gumbo for us, and a lot of fun. But we're represented by a lot of different shops here. I think they're what's that shop? My mind is blank.
Knox Archery.
Knox Archery. She's from Knox Archery. We see Saddle River.
Saddle River.
We have
Nice.
Houston Archery Center right there. Madeline. Is that right? Madeline? Madeline Dotson. New archer. She's been shooting for about a year. Such a great picture right there, isn't it?
Come on. There you go, honey. Takes
can
a
tell you,
lot of work.
These kids are competitive. They don't like to mess up, and there's a lot of work that has to. There's a lot of mental game. One thing that we have learned is the mental game is almost as important as the practice. And I'm no expert. There's nobody on our team that's an expert, so we hire out a middle management coach to manage all of our kids. I say we bring her in, and the parents pay for that. But it really is important. It's something that sets the mind before big tournaments. Ellie, she's 13 years old. She's been going for about a year. She went through the middle management training with our middle management coach. A whole group of kids. I think we've had probably about 15 kids that have gone through the program, and they go through and learn how to manage those expectations, manage their emotions. How do you reset your brain when you have a really bad shot? Things like that. Also, before big tournaments, really walk through all of those expectations of what are you expecting. I remember Ryan going through, and when you go to Vegas, what's your goal? It's a 900, right? Like, that's what it is. Ryan, somebody came up to him and says, "Hey, what's your goal?" He said, 897. They're like, "What? Why would it be 897?" He's like, "I'm setting my expectations." Like, I don't think I'm he's realistic. He's like, I can shoot 900s. I don't think I can do it in Vegas. So I have my goal is to stay within that 897 this year. So I think that's important.
Realistic.
Realistic. Because what happens? You drop one arrow, weekend's done. We've seen this.
Right.
All of us, like, it's ruined. Completely ruined. Like, we should have not even come.
Yep.
Throw the bow away.
Throw the bow away. I'm done with archery. I don't want to shoot it again. I don't want to shoot it
do
anymore.
this ever again.
Why did we even come here?
Justice, it is a barebow. So we were wondering, that's a compound. We were like, hey, it's a compound. What division he's in? There's no sight. There's no peep. That is a bare bow.
No release. He has to use
No release.
fingers. He can string walk, I guess.
And I think he shoots pretty good, too, for...
I feel like he does.
looks like a pretty good round. Watching my daughter down there. Ooh, good round. Braden ended up having the highest qualifying score at the rodeo in barebow. Ended up losing in the finals, but that's where it comes down to, right?
Yep.
It's excellent barebow shooter. Just joined Spider X team, so he's joining the team here. They're already there. So they're just waiting for me to release so they can order their jerseys and be a part of it.
Yeah.
And when we first met him, he barely talked. Now he seems to talk to
Aw,
everybody. So it's
that's
really cool
good.
to see that. Ava Gonzalez looks just like her mother, doesn't she?
Yes.
Oh, you can tell. I could have told you she felt like that was not a good shot.
Yep.
And there you go. Ava's a good kid. She shoots for she shoots for our team as well. And she's come on really strong this year.
There's
Really
Jason
strong.
from Victoria. Yep.
We see a lot of Victoria people come down
And
here
I try
now.
to bring them all.
You do good.
We always make a joke that I need a big bus and I can just pick up all the kids and bring
Yep.
them up here. Because
And big
parents are
kids.
pulled.
And big kids, apparently.
Yeah, and parents are pulled in different directions if everybody's got siblings, and we can't make this tournament because so and so's got football or basketball or baseball. So we always joke that I need an archery bus to just pick everybody up.
Well, we've
haul 'em
taken
to
a
the
lot
tournament.
of kids to tournaments over the years.
Yeah.
They wanna compete, and their parents are busy that weekend, or they just can't get them. We just take them. Like we got a big old car. We can
Yep.
pile them in. There's a good round by Elaine. I think that was Elaine's.
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh, there was an arrow up on the wall. Did you see it?
Oh gosh, not from today.
Not from today. So Jacob Goff, over to the right over there, he made it to the finals at the Texas Ringer. And so we have cameras on the ground, and he had a misfire that missed the camera. It hit the wood on the right side, just right of our camera. I'm like, talk to Dad. I'm like, hey, bro, you'd have bought a new camera.
Right?
Like he may have won some money, not enough. When we started this thing, it was probably about two and a half years ago. And I don't know if I told you the story. So the very first live event that we ever did, I had created this thing. I had 8 archers around the Houston area. They were all right about 14 or under. And I said, hey, let's all throw in $60. I didn't have any kids in it. So how about all you guys throw $60 in? You can shoot 2 qualifying rounds. Someone has to be with you. You can do it anytime. We're going to shoot the finals at this point. And if you want to shoot a third one, it'll cost you another $30. So $90. So we had eight families that did it. They all did their qualifiers. Some of them shot an extra one. If they shot that extra one, it got rid of the lower score, and it was a shoot up. So it was very important to try to have the highest ranking you could. So at the very end, that last week, about half of them paid to try to move up in ranking because they didn't like the ranking they were at.
Right.
And so they went ahead and shot. We came in here, and I was like, you know what? Let's do a live event. So I had an iPad set up next to a speaker with a plugged-in mic.
Oh my goodness.
And so we started this thing, and we did shoot-offs on a platform. I videotaped it that way. And it had, like, within days, there was like 3,000 views. And I'm like, that's so crazy. Like, I didn't think that cheesy little
Right.
video, and battery went dead. Then I had to pull my laptop
Oh,
out and reconnect. I mean, it was a mess. And I was like, you know what? Let's try to do this better. And so, just a little at a time, bought a couple cameras.
Right.
And just over time, we used to run cabling and run cameras directly on. I had 4 cameras across there, and each one of them took in basically 2 bales. You couldn't tell if it was a X or a 5. I mean, it was the quality was pretty bad, and because there were just little Wi-Fi cameras, and then I ended up running network cables to them to try to get them better. It was really way more work than it needed to be. Then we ended up getting these nicer cameras and just slowly over time adding to them so that we can control them.
I need coffee or something.
I had my espresso this morning. I love my new espresso maker. I got myself a Breville espresso maker for Christmas. If you know anything about them, you probably love them just like me. It's easy. easy. Let me take a look here. We are 15 arrows in, so we're 3 ends in, going into the 4th end now. So you go to live scoring, you can see that.
Anybody clean? Clean.
Let me take a look here. Oh, I'm sure
How's Jewel doing? Riley Berger's clean.
Riley's only dropped 1.5 so far.
Woo! Go RB. Jason dropped 1. Who's clean right there? Ryan
Thomas is clean.
Thomas is clean.
15 X's.
David is clean. Jewel has
She dropped a 4 on one of those.
4.
Adam Shackelford.
Adam's clean. Cole Ware's clean.
He's dropped 1X. That 1X we saw down there. Nash has dropped 1X so far. Shooting
Nash is
awesome.
Clean.
Jacob dropped 1 on that last round. Sweet. Just got word that Jacqueline can help us in the morning.
Yay.
Just looking at everybody. Ella Phillips is shooting really well so far. Dropped 1.4 on the first end. She's Olympic recurve, 10 yards. Toby Ragsdale still at 75, so that's good. He's still on track for a 300. Dennis Chin, 75. Let's see. And there you go. Kind of ran through it real quick, but you guys can, like we said, you guys can see that as well if you'd like. I have a little bit of a different view than everybody else.
We have the best view and the best seats in the house.
We do.
Because we get to see behind the archers. We have 4 cameras that can. We get all different angles.
We do.
We have target bales. We have right in front of the archer where it would be unsafe for anybody to be sitting.
I used to have a camera that was right behind the bales. Put it up high. It almost got shot once.
Oh, goodness.
By Jacqueline.
Really?
It just hit me. I'm like, I wonder who that was. I look over at her, and she's like, oop. The problem with that was every time somebody shot the bale, it shook.
Oh, okay.
So we had to move everything to the sides. We only had 2 cameras for the longest time out there. We used to run these mirrorless cameras. The quality was outstanding, but you had to have somebody on those. And so we used to have a bunch of volunteers that would go and sit with those cameras and move them, but they were from behind. The views we get with these cameras are outstanding. These are views that you can't get at anywhere else, because nobody else would be standing down there zooming in. Craig Cotto's been shooting, he shoots for Saddle River. We've known Craig for so many years. Great dude. Love him being a part of the archery community. Yeah, Toby Ragdale, another one that we just really enjoy being a part of the archery community. All right, top targets are up. This is the 4th end. So after the 6th end, we'll take about a 10-minute break. What we'll do is we'll just turn some music on, some videos just of our kids. Our
There's
program.
Adam.
There's Adam Shackelford. There's something that I'll mention this. So Adam shoots his personal best in November, and shoots a 52-53 X300, personal best. From that point on, there was this expectation of high X's, and he had a hard time really hard time, where it was the point where he couldn't even shoot a 300 because he's just putting so much pressure on himself. Yep. So him and his dad worked a lot on just shooting from 10 yards, putting the time in of just timing, setting that timing. ended up moving away from a button to a resistance release. And that resistance release has kind of been game changing for him, so that he has to force himself to pull through. So you see he draws back, he takes his thumb off. Now, as he adds pressure, he's pushing that pin through the middle, and boom, he hits. He got it.
Looking pretty good there.
So it's a little bit of a scary one. He's shaking his, okay, whew, get that one out of your system.
Right.
There's Jewel. Jewel's been with the team for probably about a little over a year now. Has come a long ways. Just got herself a new Matthews, so this has been a learning curve. You
For
know,
sure.
you knowing with your boy that
She said it shoots good.
Yeah, it's a different feel.
She said it is.
Yeah, it's a different feel. She really is a strong shooter. Once she gets used to that bow, she's gonna be tough.
Right.
She's gonna be tough. Did she have one that
I
shot
think
right?
one was close. Yeah.
Everything's right. So go to her target real quick for me. So if you look at that target, I know she's got that one in the blue, but this is where, and I talk about this with my kids, or my son, you know, even Ellie, you know, it's like, hey, look at the arrows in there.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that everything is right. So if you adjust and move everything over, that one on the right would have never even been close to the 4. So it's tough. Like you think it's you when it really it's somewhat of an adjustment that you need to do on your target, because if you cut each one of those in half, I'm not sure there's an arrow that's gone left of the X.
Right.
So that tells me that there needs to be some clicks put in there.
Yep. I don't think I see anything on the left side. Everything is right.
Yeah, everything's right. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back.
I had to take a break too. My ears hurt.
I know.
Right here from the headset.
Do you have your earrings in?
No, I took them out. We're back though. It's fine. Little break.
You know, these are not too bad on your ears, but it's almost like they need to be a hair bigger.
And I think I messed up and I wore my headphones on the way up here. I was watching a movie. So,
Yeah.
so they were already tired. Man, that one weekend, the Ringer weekend, oh my gosh. Every night I was by the end of the night, because we did Friday, Saturday, and all day Sunday.
Yep.
And by the end of every night they hurt.
Yeah, for me, it's like, you know, we could be sitting here talking for 4 hours, not having any problems. And right when I like adjust my headset, it's like, ooh, my ears.
Yeah.
And then you take it off. It's like slowly take them off. You're like, ouch.
I'm going to look at Riley's.
Go ahead.
All X's that time it looked like. Good gosh. She can shoot.
She's a
Sis
yeah.
can
She's
shoot.
such a good shooter.
One on the line there. Two. Well, just one. Just one on the line.
Was that the fourth end?
Fourth or fifth?
If it was the fourth, it was all X's. Yeah, I think Ryan Thomas just dropped 1X, so there's no 60X in his future. Could be a 59. Adam Shackelford is pulling a Connor Gearing and just doing a lot of 4Xs, 4X, 5. Too soon? Is it too soon to bring that up?
Oh, Connor Gearing.
Hey, we're going to name something after him.
I know, right? The 4X5.
Yeah, the 4X5. The 4X5. The 4X5. I think he had 5 in a row. Like,
I know. He's.
and you know that's making him mad.
Oh, you know where he's at right now. I asked him if he wanted to come interview and commentate. He's like, no, I have to work on some things.
He'd be like, oh, heck no.
Well, it was fine the first 5 ends, so I don't know.
It was.
It was fine the first 5 ends.
You know,
Whatever
I think
he's got
I
going
really
on.
think it's part of getting
Well,
used to that
and
bow.
that and he needed to eat, but what do I know?
Yeah.
My dad's probably. Oh, I don't think my dad's listening anymore, but my dad's probably like, well, sounds like somebody I know. Hard-headed.
Hard-headed. Right?
I wonder where Connor gets it from.
Just looking through the scores, Toby's still clean. Craig Gato just dropped 1. You know that's going to make you mad. He's a 300 shooter. Dennis Chen still clean. That's it on clean. But we still have some really
Colware?
good scores. Colware
He
is.
should be clean.
Oh, yeah, he should be clean. I think I moved right past him. Cole. Where's. Oh. Freestyle. I got to get to freestyle here. Cole Ware still clean with one drop. So Adam and him are both still on track for a 300. This is by far our largest sectionals that we've ever had. We have last year it was pretty big at 67 times 2, because how that works is I only have so many spots, and so at 67, you're looking at, what is that? That's I can't do math.
67 and 67?
Yeah.
135.
So that was about 135 spots taken. So like for Siwat weekend, if we push the 170, we're
134.
that's a big number. That's a big number. 170. We have 90 archers this weekend shooting, which
So
puts us at
180.
180. This is by far one of our biggest events here. When we do, there's Nash shooting that little Hoyt FX. Great low bow. Great bow. And Nash is a shooter, too.
He sure is. What bail is he on to?
It's a good view of Nash.
Is he on 2?
He is on 2. Where is he? He's
2
bottom
right?
D.
So 2D.
Yeah, so it looks like that one caught. He's fine.
I think so. He likes that center target too.
Yeah, I think that's in. It doesn't even. I'm not gonna say that. It's in. I'm not I'm not going to go, well, could it be in? No, it's in. So I'll see and take a look at it, that last arrow. X, so 4X is in a 5. Good round.
He did the Connor.
He did the Connor. The Connor shuffle. We used to have a girl that was, we used to kid around because, outdoors she would shoot something like, 5 10s, and then she would shoot a 5. Like, it wasn't like, wow, like what a good round. And then so we ended up calling it the Sadie. And she thought it was hilarious because she was like, I know, I can't. And it wasn't like the 5 would come on the last arrow. It would be like
Somewhere in there.
it could be the first one, could be the middle one. It
Yep.
didn't really matter. It was always just one arrow that would go awry. Again, I can't tell you how excited I am to see so many Olympic recurves. Really fun to see it. I'm gonna have to go back to some of my old tournaments and just see if I'm just noticing it now,
Or if the numbers are actually coming up.
if the numbers are really coming up. You think so? I can probably do a little research here real quick and tell you. Let's take a look here. So I'll look at a tournament from a SIWAT from 2022. I can pull that data. Oh, I need to pull it a different way so I can look at it quickly. There we go. I'm going to go to the very last one. This would have been 2021.
Okay.
So
4 years.
let me see. Oh no, I can't do that one because that's when I was doing daily. I couldn't do a whole weekend when I had the app. 2022. We can do 2022. That'll give us the easiest. So I'm going to do a quick little filter here, and so we can get a good idea of. So I'm gonna include bare bow with recurve. I need to write this down. Too many numbers to think about here. So 70, so recurve and bare bow. We'll go ahead and include longbow and traditional as well. $81 out of 196 archers. 96 archers. And so let's take a look at the percentages for this shoot, and then we'll have something to talk about here. So sectionals. And let me sort this thing. Oh, yeah. We've got way more recurve and bare bow than we did 2 years ago. So let me do the math real quick. I'll tell you the percentage. So interesting. So 41%. So 2 years ago at our SIWAT, we had 41% was recurve bare bow, basically, or bare bow recurve. And then for the sectional, $70. Is that right? 70. No, that can't be right. That doesn't make sense. Let me try this again. Because that says 70%, but that can't be 70%.
Of how many archers? Total.
Oh, total. That's right. I put the wrong number down. So that's why. I did the wrong one. %58. All right, so there you go. So 2 years ago, 41%, 41% of our archers were recurve or barebow. That was in 2022, 2 years ago. So fast forward to 2025. What did I tell you? It was 50,
You said 41.
41, whoops. 41 and almost it's 59. It's closer to 59. So 59% recurve barebow recurve. So anything that's non-compound. So we had in 2022, 41% of them were recurve barebow, and now 2025, you're at 59% of them.
They're growing.
So they are definitely growing. That's pretty interesting statistics, to be honest. Because I felt like there was more, we're seeing more and more recurves and barebows. And then I'll tell you, I mean, it kind of falls in line even with our Texas Ringer. Our numbers, youth archers for compounds pretty high, but her recurve really stepped it up too.
With all the adults.
Yep. Barebow really stepped it up. Traditional trad really stepped it up. It's just awesome to see how that all came together and how the community came together to say, hey, let's do this thing. All right, five ends. This will be the last one before the break.
One more for a break.
Doing a quick search through here to see if there's any ones to note. Braden Evans at 103 with barebow. Pretty good little round. Riley Berger from Victoria, 125, 24 X's, really clean. We have Ryan Thompson at 25, 24 X's, just dropped the 1X so far. David Canches is at 25 with 15 X's, still clean for his 300. Jewel is back on track, it looks like. She had a little bit of bumble there. And so then we look at Adam and Cole, 20 clean with 21 X's, 24 X's.
Good.
Nash at 22 X's. Let's see.
Might see a few 300s in this round.
Just looking through here to see Ella Phillips at 121 with 8 X's for recurve, Olympic recurve from at 10 yards. Toby Ragsdale still clean, 125. Not clean on X's, but clean for 300.
Are buckles still in play or no?
Yes. If somebody wants to buy a buckle, we'll let them buy a buckle with a 300. Nash is if Nash gets his 300, his parents should buy one of those buckles. I need to go grab those buckles and bring them down there. When they see them, they're like, "Ooh, shiny object, shiny object." Ended up buying a few too many, so hopefully we do sell them. If not, I have some ideas of giving a few more of those away.
Maybe if somebody goes to nationals and shoots the 300 at nationals or something like that.
That's a big deal. You know,
is a big deal.
Somebody shoots a 300 at nationals, I'd be willing to
It was just an
to
idea.
pony that up. I know that Adam and Cole will be not happy unless it's a 300. Landry, so Landry Blakey is going to NFAA
I
Nationals.
know. I was talking to her
Chicago.
parents about that. That's going to be fun for her.
It's dad and daughter trip. They're doing a road trip. I'm like, ugh. He's like, it's just 12 hours. I'm a little too bougie. I couldn't pull off a ride from here to Vegas.
That's a hard one, y'all. That was a solid 25.
You know, probably the longest one. We flying into, so we were going to Field World Championships in South Dakota. And so the flight there into Sioux Falls, it's not a bad flight, but, you know, we decided, you know what, we're going to do a road trip. We're going to go up and do Mount Rushmore and do all of that. That first day was rough. Did he literally just bite his
yes,
vein?
That's the second or third time I've seen him do that. That Colbert, cut that out.
Hey, he still hit the center.
I'm gonna
Still hit
fuss
the
at him
center.
like he's my kid, but that gives me anxiety. To watch that.
Gives you a little anxiety.
Ooh, yes.
Yes, it does.
I mean, I'm sure they're very much in control of that, but God, dog, if
Like-
that sucker wanted to go,
Right?
you know what I mean? You're concentrating on moving your arrow over instead of pulling into your wall. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
ooh, it just makes me nervous. Yeah, road trip. We drove to
And I don't mind road
we
trips.
drove to Kentucky.
We drove to Kentucky. That's
And
not
we-
a bad drive.
No, that one wasn't bad. And we drove to Iowa. That one was pushing
So
it.
we drove-
We pushed hard the first day, and it was me, Connor, Ben, and my dad, and we were all ready to be in the hotel room on that first day.
Iowa wasn't a terrible drive for us.
It was boring.
Yeah, we had Wendy and Julia rode with us, so we all rode together. So it was.
There was nothing really to see. It was a lot of land,
Yep.
no cows, but a lot of green grass. I'm like, man, where are all the cows out? And then it's not very populated. It's big
Yes.
farms, big cattle ranches or farms, but not a lot of people the way we're
It was
populated here.
It was a cool area. Like once you got into downtown, it was a dead city. Like in the evenings, wasn't like much going on.
Yeah,
It
we
was-
went to the zoo in Iowa. That was a lot of fun. It was a cool zoo.
Wendy and I, we judged that event. I'm not going to judge anymore. That's it. Really is hard on the body. You miss out on stuff like going out with the kids, and
Right.
you don't get paid enough, in my opinion, to make it really worth my while. I mean, it's nice having your hotel paid for, and
Right.
you get a little bit extra cash, but you miss out on some of the stuff like, oh, what is going on with Ellie? That is not a good round.
Her shot process didn't look bad, but
No, she had really good. She had 24, 24, 24, 20. And this one looks like a little struggle, and that's okay. Her shoulder hurting her a little bit. Yeah, I don't think she hit a. The one round that we focus on her, she's having a rough round, but
it
yeah,
was fast. She pulled through
yeah.
her process.
I don't know what's
was
going there.
fast.
That round
But
was
she's
just
probably
not a good
tired.
round. Yeah, I think it was like a 20. That's okay. She'll just have to come back. I don't know. It was almost like it's like she gave up on it a little
Hurry up,
bit,
I'm
but that's
done.
okay. Yeah, she's shooting really strong up until that point. The first 5 ends are pretty strong. regroup on the second, the second half. Recurve's a little easier than compound because compound, you drop one, you're done. Recurve, you can have some bad rounds and
Right.
still be able to recover.
Jewel, she's got one arrow left.
She got plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Everything looks like it's in the X. Good for
Her dad was telling me that they've been really practicing on letting down.
That's something that needs to be worked on. A lot of archers I don't feel like that they work on that enough.
Yeah. She's good. 4 X's and a 5. Somebody told me once that on a letdown that he tells himself that when he let down, he knows the second shot would be better no matter what.
Right.
So it really doesn't, at that point, it's just like, okay, it can't be any worse than the last shot because that one was going to be bad.
Right.
Elaine has shot really well, and at the ringer, he always does well at the ringer. We'll have one kid, recurve shooter from our shop. Micah Z will be shooting this evening.
I was wondering if we would see the
Z's.
The Z fam. Oh,
That looked like he. Where'd that go?
I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4. Because you saw him collapse.
Not in his.
There it is.
The bottom target.
Yeah, we saw him. I saw him collapse.
Yeah.
Like right after he shot it.
Right after he pulled through the clicker.
Yep.
It was.
Yep, you could see it. He's got to be getting tired with him dropping as
I
much
know,
as he's letting down as many times as he is.
RB looks like 5, 5, 5, and 5 for Rileyburg.
So we'll take a little break as the scores are coming in. You guys will be able to see that on Eyes on Score. Just go ahead and refresh your screen, and you'll be able to see that. We're going to go to. We're just going to put it on a video loop for right now, so that we can
Take a break.
Take a little bit of a break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in probably about 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
And the lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life is almost, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. To move on, but when not in the shadows can ease your broken heart. They turn the volume up, you shut your mind. Wanna escape your thoughts for a little while, but when you close your eyes, I'm by your side, I'm by your side, right? You'll find me there dancing in the crowd. You tell yourself that it's over, but you see strangers though, so are you sure that it's over?
DJ Debs versus the obstacles of life. Fight!
Are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life is lemons, just remember. Just remember. Just remember. Just remember. To hide away in the dark. You tell yourself you need to move on, but one night in the shadows can't ease your broken heart. They turn the volume up, you shut your mind. Wanna escape your thoughts for a little while, but when you close your eyes, I'm by your side. I'm by your side, right? You'll find me there dancing in the crowd. You tell yourself that it's over, but you see my face on all the strangers' doors. So are you sure that it's over?
Fight!
And the lights are out, you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
To hide away in the dark. You tell yourself you need to move on, but one night in the shadows can ease you.
This is Sarah.
This is Elise. And this is Ellie. Welcome to the 2025 Southern Sectionals.
Hey, there you go. Welcome back. We've got, took us a little bit longer for us to get back online here, but we are back. This is the 7th scoring in, so you have not missed much at all. So it's looking good. This half will go much quicker than the first half because there's just no practice ends. And so 2 ends minus 2 ends makes it go by a little quicker. This afternoon or this evening, we won't be live, but it'll be a quick one for us. I think it's a much smaller group of archers shooting this evening. I'm going to take a look here and see. Got to download my archers list. Takes me a minute to filter. Oh, yeah. Looks like one line. We got about 17 archers tonight shooting. That'll be nice. I need to switch some archers around by looking at it. But we have this weekend by far is our largest ever. So that's pretty cool. We have archers competing at the Southern Sectional level. There's 5 states involved in that: Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. And that is youth archery. That's youth archery, and that's also adult. Well, Carrie will be up here in a minute. Carrie, like I said, she's a little bit of a social butterfly. She's like me. I can't throw stones. I'm just as bad as her. I ran up here thinking she was gonna be waiting on me, and she is not waiting on me. Got a few archers I've got to fix for this afternoon, but I'll fix those here in a minute. All right, so back to action. We have Ella down there shooting Olympic recurve, probably one of the up-and-comers when it comes to our youth archers at the 10-yard range. Very good shooter. Has a lot of, if she sticks with it, she'll do very well when she gets older. Jacob Goff in the back. Looks like he's pondering his shooting. My guess is that there may be a little bit of a struggle. I don't know. Maybe not. But you can usually see the face, the archer's face on how well, you can see how well they're shooting by the look of their face. Right, Jacqueline? Hard to hide. That's right. So what happened was a lot of archers started when they started on the bottom. Now they're shooting on top. The ones on top shooting on bottom. That is where you'll see archers shoot the wrong target. And what happened last time. It really is frustrating. We try to do it, but you're just in this mode. Like, I'm shooting on top, and then now you're shooting bottom. You shoot your first shot, and it goes to the top, and you know it right away. Usually, know it right away. All right, the halfway mark. Landry Blakely is 129. Pretty good barebow round at 10 yards. Jay Bennett, 115 barebow. Kaylee, 112. Christopher Barden, 125. That's BBR. Justin Martin, BBR, 103. Just kind of going through. Braden Evans at 20 yards. BBR, young adult, 122. Pretty good round. Riley Berger still clean with just one dropped X. She's at 10 yards, compound. We have Ryan Thompson dropped 2 X's so far, sitting with a 150, 28X. Let's see, Adam Shackelford, 150, 25. Cole Ware, 150, 29. Is that right? 29. Yep, just the 1X. That's right. I keep thinking that it's 30 X's. Nash, 150, 26X. Ava Gonzalez, 136. Pretty good round. Puts her on track into the 280s is where she wants to be. Is that right? No, it's not 180s. It's one. It's low 170s is what that is. Ellie she had a really rough round with an 18 on that one that we were talking about. That is 7 points dropped on one end. It's a rough end, but you can always come back from that. 135. We have Gia with a 138, shooting really well, pushing that 180 or 280 round. So she can step it up just a little. She's going to shoot in that 280, which is a really good round for recurve in that age. Ella Phillips, 145. We were just looking at her. Toby Ragsdale, 150. Benjamin Sharp, 145. That is a bow hunter setup. Dennis Chin, 150, 24X out of 30. There you go. And I didn't go through all of them. I just kind of did some highlights there. If you want to see the scores, go to eyesonscore.com and click on that little drop down at the top. You'll see live scores and you'll see the tournament. So just click on it. There are 7. I see the scores coming in. I happened to click on Landry Blakey first, 22 out of 25, bareboat, 10 yards. She had a time where she was struggling a little bit, and she's come on really strong. I don't know what happened to Carrie, but you're going to have to listen to me until she comes back up here. 7th end is done. No worries. We appreciate all the help that we can get. Sometimes you got to have a little break from this thing, you know? We've had 3 weekends in a row out here shooting competitions. We had first weekend was Siwat out of the gates for the year for 2025. The next weekend was TSAA State Championship. That was at 4 different locations. They had almost 250 archers competing at their state tournament. That's amazing numbers. We used Eyes on Score so that you could manage. You'd see all the scores at the exact same time because they all shot the same weekend, all at the same times. I say times. There was 3 different times, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. So I had really good participation in that. So we've got bottom target shooting. Just looking down there to see how everybody's doing. There's Landry and Riley shooting next to each other. 1 compound, 1 bare bow. I would probably say, and I don't have any numbers I haven't looked at, but Riley has got to be one of the top bow hunter shooters at 10 yards here in the state of Texas, and maybe she might be a top contender in the nation if she goes and shoots Chicago. Because if you start pushing the mid 50s, high 50 X300s, you're right there. Landry, I would say, is one of the top barebow shooters in her age too. So I think she's going to go to nationals. Very good barebow shooter, and she still has another couple years. I think she's 9 years old. She still has another couple years at 10 yards even. She likes to come up here and talk too, so I wouldn't be surprised if She snuck up here at some point and put the headset on. Jacob Goff shoots for Texas Archery here. The Spider X team I was mentioning before. Our Spider X team is a we're really trying to decide. We are restructuring that so that there's Carrie. We're restructuring it so that it'd be more open platform. So it will be it'll be Team Spider X, and it'll allow for any archer that wants to support their local shop or club. They'll be able to put the big old logo on the back of their jersey. Also, one thing that our girls are excited about is a pink jersey, which we'll be putting together. So we have a blue one with black. We have an all black one. The all black one is a jersey that is earned. So if you want that jersey, if you want to order that jersey, you have to be at a certain level, and it has to be at a bronze, silver, or gold pin level. We've created our own pin system that allows archers to earn those through NFAA, USA. It doesn't really matter. We've created something that I think is special that allows them to earn these things depending on the style they shoot, because there's some kids that just don't, or archers that don't like to shoot NFAA, and there's some that don't like to shoot USA and they like the other one. So it gives them an opportunity to all earn the same thing and keep it all the same. That's my thing. I want to keep it the same, and I want kids to be able to feel like they're a part of a community.
I'm back.
She's back.
I was down there watching Riley.
We know.
I know.
We know.
I know.
Jacqueline outed you. She's like, she's just sitting down there and talking.
I was for a minute, but I was talking to Riley's dad.
For a minute? It's been more than a minute.
5.
No, 5.
Well, the 5-minute break isn't quite long enough. She had to go to the bathroom, and then we were talking about, does she move her sight, not move her sight? Her dad said,
she hasn't dropped an X yet.
nope. Her dad said, put a few clicks in, and then, okay, take 2 out after, so she's.
And then she's back to where she was.
Yeah, she's.
Put 2 in, take 2 out. You're good.
Or it was put 4 in, take 2 out.
Oh, okay.
And that put her right in the spot. A little cushion in case she starts
Is
dropping
she
her
shooting?
bow.
Is she going to outdoor or indoor nationals in Chicago?
No.
Oh, I was just talking about that.
No, not going to indoor, but
Because I bet you she.
she will be going to JOAD Nationals and Vegas, I believe. For sure Vegas, because they're planning.
She got to shoot 20 in Vegas.
Yeah.
How does she shoot at 20?
574, inner 10.
That's pretty good.
I know.
It's pretty solid.
I know. She did that at A&M.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Solid.
So I don't know. We haven't been tracking conversations at all. But to be a part of the USAT team for the U15, have you figured it out?
No, and the USA Archery representative, I've called, she's called, I've called. Like we're playing, what is that?
Phone tag?
Yep, we're playing phone tag. And I didn't attempt to call her on Friday. I have not figured it out.
So I need to reread it. It is not clear. I don't know. You have to shoot all 3 and they take your top through 2 finishes.
Well,
is that what it is?
Well, I don't know.
Indoor?
It says you have to shoot
JOAD?
both. It says you have to shoot. I don't remember what exactly.
It says you have to shoot JOAD and indoor nationals and outdoor JOAD, but then it says it's only taking 2 scores.
2 scores, so we're confused here. Event requirements. Archers must attend 2 required USAT series events to be eligible for the U15 USAT ranking. Archers must compete in both the indoor nationals and the JOAD Target Nationals and the U.S. Open.
See, that doesn't make sense. Hold on. Let me look
So
at that.
I'm confused. It says 2, and then on the next thing it says 3. So I'm confused. For sure, I understand, like, shoot 1 indoor, 1 outdoor. That's the way I was reading it. But I don't know if we have to do...
Yeah, see, that doesn't... It's confusing because it says you must attend 2 required... Oh, okay. Maybe this other is saying it. So you have to attend 2 of the required. No, it doesn't mean. Then it says you have to shoot these 3. I don't know.
Yep, we're confused. So somebody's got some USAT.
If somebody understands that for the U15,
Let
us know.
And I'll attempt to call her
Yeah.
again Monday.
Are you on YouTube or are you on?
I'm on Facebook.
On Facebook. I don't have my phone, so
I've got one viewer on Facebook.
so if we
can look on
go to
YouTube.
YouTube and see. So if you're on YouTube, leave us a comment. Tell us what. Tell us if you know anything.
I'll call her probably on Tuesday because I'm sure they're out for a holiday on Monday.
And then it's going to snow
I know.
on Tuesday.
Well, I mean, they're in Utah, so
It's always snowing
there.
there.
I do need to reach out to her again and see if I can get some clarification for U15. I know U18 is a little bit more strenuous to make the team, but
Yeah.
U15, this is the first year they're having a U15 USAT.
Right. That's why we're trying to figure out what does that even mean. You know, when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, Connor wants to do that this year, and I figure we probably should because it's only a couple events. I think once they go up to the U18,
Well,
right?
it's events that we already go to.
Right.
Like we already go to indoors, like in our back, indoor JOAT and indoor nationals is in our back door, like here at Texas A&M.
Yes, and then outdoor is in Albuquerque.
We drove to
Mexico.
Albuquerque. That's kind of a long drive.
We'll drive it when we go this year.
Yeah, we will too. It's just easier.
I don't have any chats
A little bit of a road trip.
on. I don't know how you can. It says live chat. Nobody there.
Nobody.
It says there's 16 watching.
Yeah.
I think.
There's 18 right now streaming it. Smooth. All right, 8th end. This will, like I said, it'll fly by.
I don't understand why the second half is always faster than the first. But like you said, there's 2 practice ends at the beginning,
Yep.
and all the rules, and everybody's getting used to scoring or riding or whatever their job is down at the target bill. So.
All we're doing is we're looking at the scores just like you guys would be. You see the archers down there.
Riley said she wanted a blizzard today after she's done eating.
Blizzard.
Done shooting a blizzard. Yep. from Dairy
I
Queen.
stopped and got myself a little Brewster's yesterday on my way home. Brewster's ice cream. I think one of the best
We've
ice cream.
talked about that
Love it.
before.
Love it.
Where's that at? Is it far?
There's one not far from here.
Okay.
So look it up.
I might have to.
It's got such good ice cream. We always get the kids waffle cone. So it's what it is a waffle cone with 1 scoop instead of 2.
Perfect.
And because 2 it's almost too much for me. And so that's what we get, just the 1 scoop. Adam Shackelford, Cole Ware.
Headed
Still
for
clean.
300, huh? Good.
Yep.
Good job, guys.
Adams dropped 5 X's. Cole's dropped 2 so far. Nash is at 5 X's dropped.
On the way to a 300?
Yep, looking very good.
Good.
Ava's Gonzalez 183 right now. Shot a 24 on that one.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. It's a 2-day shoot. So you got to remember
It is.
that
60 arrows
it's
today,
a
60 arrows tomorrow.
hey, it may be nice that you shot good today, but you got to do it again tomorrow.
Got to do it again tomorrow. Today does your first time, not necessarily today, but your first half of sectionals, so your first 60 arrows of sectionals does count as a SIWAT towards your shooter of the year
Yeah.
and state qualification. If you don't have 3 already. If you already have 3 and you've shot better, this score will replace a lower score.
That
And
is
then
true.
Tomorrow it combines for the sectional score.
Mm-hmm. So Elaine, after that one miss, he's made some adjustments and has had 2 25s in a row.
Okay, Elaine.
So things are back on track. Toby Ragsdale clean with 200 points right now. Craig Cato he dropped that one early and just that dude's a king of the 299s. I hate that for him. It's just constantly like he'll shoot a
telling you.
52x 299.
You need a
It's that
buckle.
one. It's that one arrow. Braden, like I said, he just joined the Spider X team. Excellent barebow shooter. Looks like he's got a lot of up and down, like not a lot of left and right. It's just a lot of up and down. You know, and when it comes to barebow, and you know, I don't know how to actually fix that. On compound, when you start seeing up and downs, you kind of, it may be a weight issue, it may be a timing issue. You know, we always go right to the bow and make sure that the timing is right on that bow, and then we would go move on from there. Or it could be a grip. It could be there's a lot of things.
Weird. I don't know. I mean, I'm not any sort of expert in it, but just playing around with it at home, I can't really find the spot.
Right. Find the spot.
Because I can't find the spot to make it hit where consistently the same, like all 5 arrows. No. I'm lucky if I get 2 in the, if I'm lucky if I get 2 in a group. Doing the same, what I feel like is the same thing over and over and over again,
Yeah. Ellie's
I don't know how
Amy's getting better.
I don't know how they do it.
Part of it is, do you have a plunger and all that stuff on your bow?
No, just a sticky rest.
Yeah, so it's
I'm
a
just
big.
shooting a club.
Yeah, I was say
I'm just
there
shooting a
is a
club bow.
difference. There is a difference when shooting one of those club bows, wood bows, and a bow that's built for barebow. With
Yeah.
a plunger and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but bought Amy and Molly a Gilo. Oh, look at that!
Uh-huh.
He did. He has zeroed in.
Good job, Elaine.
A Gilo barebow riser with
Mm-hmm.
win and win limbs, and those things, like immediately she could tell there was a difference. It was easier to shoot.
Yeah. Ellie said, I know, but tomorrow doesn't count.
Sorry, my daughter came up here to talk to
No,
me.
you're fine. You're fine.
You got to take the break.
She made an adjustment, she said.
Yeah, so she, when I was out of town, she went ahead and added weight to her bow, her like stabilizer weight. And so she called one of our coaches, and he told her, take the weight off. And so she took the weight off. She says it actually feels better. Like
Okay.
she's getting tired, I guess, from the weight that she put on
Right.
there. We should have probably worked with the coach, but, you know, she calls me. I'll let the kids try about anything,
Right.
you know, and they got to learn. If I told her no every time she tried to do something, then she's just going to
They
get
wouldn't
frustrated.
learn,
They wouldn't-
right.
Yeah, so I just, you know, when she decided she was going to a 5-spot, I was like, oh, okay, I think that's a bad idea. She's like, no, I shoot better on a 5-spot or a 3-spot, you know, and so I let her do it. She had misses. I mean, it was rough, and she decided she's going to shoot a 3-spot at Aggie Invite, and it was rough because she kept having miss after miss after miss, and then she's getting frustrated. I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I told you.
You chose this.
You did this to yourself. It was against my better judgment. I was like, against my advice. I was like, I would shoot a single spot. She literally the day before she told us, I said, I do a single spot. She's like, I shoot better on a 3-spot. I'm like, okay.
They have to learn.
And so that was a learning experience. After that, she has not shot a 5-spot or a 3-spot since then. She shoots a single spot. There's really no reason, you know, she's not breaking knocks, you know, so there was really no reason to do it. What's the weather look like?
Travis Hershog from ABC 13, I think he's from the Houston area. He says 3 inches with locally higher amounts of accumulation.
When?
Tuesday. 6 p.m. Monday to 6 p.m. Tuesday.
That'll be fun.
Travel conditions will be hazardous on Tuesday. But that's really about it.
All right, Dennis Chin, nothing's updated yet, so we're still waiting for some updates. Saw an archer that I needed to it's not here. Fix that. Our app has the ability to inactivate an archer that's not there. And so one thing that I forgot I was telling you the updates on the app. So one of the updates will be in the results, if there is no scores, we're going to have a little button that says inactivate so that they disappear.
Oh, okay.
Off of the online. Also, they don't show up. They won't show up in here as an active archer.
Right.
So that inactivates it. It's easy to activate back. So last week we had a couple archers not show. I went ahead and deactivated them. They called me the next day that, hey, is there any openings on Sunday during that day, that morning? And I was like, yeah, there is a come. So they came and shot that morning instead.
Good.
So we just moved. All you do is reactivate and move them to that
Move
day
them
and
back.
that day. Good deal. All right, let me go ahead and refresh the screen so I can see if there's anything of interest. Dennis Chin still 225, so he's still clean from a 300 perspective. Same for Toby.
Are you full tonight at 6?
It's like one line. It's easy.
We're not gonna stay, but I mean we're gonna stay, but we're not gonna stay here.
Nash is still clean with 40 X's.
All right, Nash.
Kid shooting. Cole's at
Shackelford
43, 39 for Shackelford.
Cole.
Ryan Thompson at 41. Berger at 42.
She's smoking it.
Smoking it. Riley. I love seeing these girls shoot. So I truly believe that the female are actually better shooters than male. I just think that male don't like to be beat, so they'll do whatever they have to do to try to get ahead. They don't have to work. I think women don't have to work as hard as the men sometimes because they just seem to get it. You know, I used to kid around with when couples would come in. I'd say, females, and they usually win. The females usually win. If you give them both bare bows, the girls are going to usually win. And it maybe not at first. Once they understand it very quick. But the men come in going, "Oh, I got this,
Yeah.
this," and then you hand it, you explain it to them, they get it, and then all of a sudden they surpass them by the end of the hour. They're shooting better, and they usually win the competitions. And I kid around saying, the men, the women are better shooters, but men will spend more money. So, it's meaning. I know that you can say that a bow doesn't make you better, but it does. Some of these bows do make you better. You may not be able to take advantage of them completely, but they do make you better.
I thought about something earlier. We were talking, one of the parents, I think it was Jacob's dad, we were talking about, you could give some of these guys, or these archers, you could give some of these archers a Walmart bow, and they probably shoot pretty good with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, wouldn't that be fun if we leveled the playing field and everybody had to shoot Genesis, just for like a play day, a play practice. Everybody have to shoot Genesis just to see if they
Absolutely.
just to humble them, I think that would be fun. Put everybody in the Genesis class at 20 yards and tell them, have at it.
Have at it.
On a 40-centimeter target.
Yep.
Because equipment does matter.
Yep.
It 100% does. And mindset and attitude. Takes a combination of everything. Riley is at that age where it's fun. She's not real competitive. She's only been shooting for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
So it's fun. She wants to win, but it's all right if she doesn't. And she doesn't put a lot of pressure on herself. She just goes out there, I'm gonna shoot my bow. If I shoot a 4, at least it wasn't a 3. Like I told you, I think her dad told her one time no 7s on a USA Archery target. She shot a 6, and she looked at her dad and she said, well, it wasn't a 7. You know what I mean? And that's the attitude that you need to have. It's very positive, and I think that's part of her success. Is her mental game is strong.
And I would say, if I compared my two kids that are archers, son shoots, he's 20 years old, shoots for Texas A&M. He's a junior there. And he's somewhat of an emotional shooter. And I remember one of his coaches saying, archery is not an emotional game. It's when emotions come into it, all of a sudden things go awry. Ellie, she can get a little emotional, but it doesn't seem to fluster her as much as it did him. So she can shoot a terrible round and then the next round come back super strong.
Right.
And that was not the case for.
No, he's not gonna make it.
Oh, he'll get it off.
6, 5, 4, 3. 2 seconds. He let down 4 or 5 times right there. I wonder what.
It's got to be a process issue.
I wonder what he's working on. Yeah, for sure. I think Riley doesn't have the emotions yet
Yep.
that comes with archery.
with
Because
it.
I remember Connor being in this stage of it and not having the emotions attached to it. It
Because
was
it's just fun. It's easy. There's, and I'm gonna.
I get to eat snacks and candy.
I may
and-
not be wrong. May not be right, but there's just there at her level right now. No one's really that close to her. And then once things get closer, especially when you go from 10 to 20,
Right.
I don't know when she moves to 20. Does she move to 20
No,
next year?
she's only 9.
So she has one more year.
Yeah.
So once they move to that 20, it's really a kind of a game changer because all of a sudden the playing field gets a lot closer.
Right.
And you have to work at it. We've seen our kids that have dominated at 10 yards, dominated at that age, and then you move them to 20, they have to work a little harder.
Yep, for sure.
And if you don't step it up, you'll start seeing them droop
Mm-hmm.
and droop and droop. And it's okay that first year, it's that transition year, but that second year, we're expecting it to be
On top, yeah.
on top of it, and the kids do too. And if they're not putting the time in, well, guess what? There are other
Yeah.
kids putting the time in, and you may not think they are. They are.
For sure.
If you think these top archers are not, some of them may be putting some time in. I mean, they're well. Let me rephrase that. You may not think they're putting a lot of time in, and they may not act like they're putting a lot of time in. They're putting a lot of time in. I know those Aggies. I mean, they probably shoot 3 to 5 hours a day. And it's
Yeah.
and it's a pretty strong community there because they all
They
know.
all right. They want to go hang out in the at
hang
the
out
archery
and shoot and all that stuff.
range.
Is that
I think that's Tara's turn.
Tara's target? Cole Ware. Good shot.
That's a good looking round.
You see, when he misses high, kind of a higher, made left mainly.
What end? 8, 9?
There'll be 2 more after this. So this is the 9th. No, 10th.
10.
10th. Guy's got some serious handlebars. I wonder if no. That's why I was like, could that mess with his string? But no. It's like, is the camera on me? Is it not on me?
Derek said he saw it move when he when he was shooting.
What do you see?
He
Oh,
said,
the
he
camera.
He said he saw the camera move.
Yeah. So when the camera's right on him. So this morning, Derek Begno, he was last 5 arrows. He's 55.
Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, this will be there for you, baby. Remember, this.
This is Sarah.
This is Elise. And this is Ellie. Welcome to the 2025 Southern Sectionals.
All right, I don't know what happened, but we ended up just getting kicked off.
Hopefully y'all didn't miss us for too long.
No, that was we had it up and running pretty quick, but ended up having to start another stream. Don't know what happened. All of a sudden, my computer just popped up and said application died.
Have y'all eaten at Republic Grill
It's
before?
very good.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
There's a lot of good stuff over there if you're
I
over
see that.
in the Woodlands area.
And traffic's not bad that way. Man, Houston is lit. I mean, I know y'all are probably used to this, but not me.
On a, what time is it?
On-
4:22. It is kind of weird that it's
I mean,
on a Saturday.
all of that is just backed up.
What's the temperature right now? Has it come up this way yet, or is it still?
I think it's in Alaska. It's 29.
Well, that doesn't.
Spring, Texas, 62.
So it's nice. It's still pretty nice here. 62 degrees here in the Houston area. But it is going to get a little cold.
It's gonna get cold tonight, I think.
So Deborah Gonzalez right there. Can you see her?
Yep.
She did live coverage with me one time.
Oh, good.
She was just like, no, thank you. She did it the one time.
I like doing it. I'm a little quieter today than what I normally am. I'm tired. We've been up since 4.
Well, yeah, you were supposed to be in yesterday and ended up having to get up early this morning and get
Yeah.
here.
We've been up since 4, so
Just not in the mood.
you know, not. I'm ready to go eat a good dinner.
Well, we've got a 6 o'clock line.
I know.
I'm thinking in the future, I may get rid of that Saturday at 6. We just never, such a small crowd.
We had that too, but I mean, at the same time, I know people like to shoot it because they have other events in the morning, you know, and then, you know,
Yeah.
our kids have events in the morning and then dad wants to come shoot in the evening, or, you know,
Yeah. Man, I
or
get it.
kid has events in the morning and then kid needs to come shoot in the evening. I do get it because we have a Thursday line for 4-H and man, it's full because that allows the kids to do something on Saturday if they can get their archery out of the way on
Yeah.
Thursday night. But even Robin and I, when we were running the tournaments at STX, we decided that Sunday mornings too were usually very slow
Yeah.
because everybody, you know, you give awards at the last. I mean, SIWAT doesn't give awards, but you usually give awards at the last line. So if we had a Sunday 10 and 2, we didn't have a lot of people for Sunday at 10 church. And
Yeah.
then just not wanting to be up that early in the morning on Sunday morning. So our 2 o'clock was full. So we had talked about just canceling our Sunday mornings also.
We're changing our hours starting this week, noon on Sundays. We used to open it at 10. It's just not worth it. I mean, there's just nobody showing up at 10, and this allows all our team to go to church if they'd like to. And
Right. You said it's single line tonight? The 6
I think so.
p.m.?
Yep,
Then
there's
It'll be
13.
fast. So you'll
13.
have an hour and a half. It'll go. Look at you.
I'm yawning.
No, don't do
Sorry.
that to me.
Hard to sleep last night. I was just so excited about coming here and doing live coverage. I actually really enjoy doing this. I
do too.
you know,
I'm just a little excited. I'm a little tired today.
I get to. These are hard, to be honest, to do live coverage because we say the same thing over and over because you can.
There's, like I said, nobody's going to win anything today.
Yeah.
There's not a head-to-head match that we need to zoom in on because somebody's clean and somebody's clean. No.
There's no, like when we do the head-to-head, that's fun.
Yeah.
Those are fun to do
Yes.
live broadcast on. I look
Yes.
forward to those.
There's a lot of-
These, it's hard. It's hard to stay focused. You know, it's like you get sidetracked a little bit, right, Carrie? A
Yes.
little sidetracked.
Just a little. Not too bad.
There's Jewel. Let's see, how's Jewel been shooting? Let's just take a look real quick here.
Everything looks like it's in the 5.
Jewel. Since the break, she's dropped 1-4.
Okay.
Things are coming together. She had a couple rounds where there were 4-4-4. You know, it had 1-4 and then 2 4s, and then she's kept it pretty clean up until the 9th end, and it looks like this one's going to be clean as well.
Good. She's just got to get adjusted to her new bow.
Yep. But you know what? This means after this end, one more end,
One more end.
and you get to go to dinner.
Yeah, I think we're going to hit the Republic Grill.
Yeah, we're not going to do live coverage tonight, but we are.
We will be back at 10 a.m.
Yeah, Carrie wants to do it again, so we'll be back at it. We've got Jack coming back tomorrow. You know what? You should apologize to her. You know why?
Why?
She showed up on Saturday
Jacqueline.
for TSA. What?
Michael Honacki texted me. He was like, "Are y'all finished over there?" I said, "Over where?" "I'm in New Braunfels." He's like, "I thought y'all were doing live coverage at Texas Archery." "No, sir." No,
Was he
sir.
supposed to shoot that?
I don't know. I couldn't be at two places. I told him
No.
myself.
So you were going to do live coverage, but were you going to have Connor shoot it?
We were, but I didn't register him till I wasn't going to register him until the very last minute. And then as a family, we decided that was a lot of running
Yeah.
in one weekend.
You know what? I was completely fine with it.
And my
because,
dad wanted to go to New Braunfels because he had never been to the shop there yet with Connor, so he wanted to go to New Braunfels. And so that's why I texted you. I was like, "Hey, I can't do. That's too much for me to do."
Yeah.
So you came, Jacqueline. You could have run live coverage. No.
She shows up. I'm like, oh my goodness, Carrie canceled.
No, Scott. Carrie canceled, but Scott didn't relay the message.
I know. I fell on the sword, didn't I?
I'm so sorry.
Didn't I, Jacqueline? I fell on the sword. I was like, oh my word, I cannot believe I forgot to tell you. Because you texted me while I was in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, that's fine.
Oh, tell me something fun at the AT show. What happened? Anything fun, interesting? Did you find a new cool gadget?
So the only thing that I saw that was kind of fun was a novelty crossbow. And what it is it's a little tiny crossbow that it has like 6-inch bolts, 8-inch bolts.
Okay.
And it's in a cartridge. So you pop the cartridge in and you take the chuck of the crossbow and you fold it back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it pulls the string back and you pop it forward. And then your targets are like a dartboard. So you can shoot it like a game.
That sounds fun, though.
Yeah. And I sent Amy over there to make the order.
Mm-hmm.
And she ended up getting some broadheads too. I'm like, what are we gonna do with the broadheads?
You can shoot squirrels with them,
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
exactly what she said. She's like, people can shoot squirrels with them.
Or rabbits, or
Like, okay.
okay.
I shot it a few times. I was like, okay, this is pretty fun.
How'd your class go?
Class went good. Most everybody passed. So the thing is they've had 240 people that have gone through the class.
Mm-hmm.
130 to 140 have passed. So it's not like you're going to go through this and you're guaranteed a pass.
Right.
Some of those haven't actually done the practical; they've done online. But it's kind of like as a. So when I went to the ATA show, I went and certified Bowtechs while I was there, and how you do it is basically they've gone through an online course. They come in, I hand them a bow, I hand them a set of strings, and said, I'm 30-inch draw length. I'd like it to be around. I'm just going to make 50 pounds. And, and I want the bow to fit me. And so they take the strings off, they put new strings on, they go ahead and do all the measurements, they get the bow back to spec. And then once they set it up, they take me to paper, I shoot through paper, and once they have a bullet hole, they pass. They can ask questions and things like that on the way,
Right.
but if they're stumped, they get a couple get out of jail free passes if they
Okay.
get stumped on something. And then there's, after so many, you
You're
just
like,
can't.
no, you need to go back to learn some
Yeah,
more.
I mean, it's kind of like and it's like anything. If you're a teacher, or like in something like this, would I want them to work on my stuff?
Right.
And if I left there going nope, then they're probably not going to
Right.
pass.
Okay.
And it's always a tough conversation, when that
Hey,
happens.
Go back to your bow shop and learn some more, be an apprentice
You're not
for
quite
a little
ready.
bit longer.
Not quite ready.
That would be fun.
I had a good
to
time.
teach that.
I had a good time. You know, you
My
get to
husband, that's kind of like right up Ben's alley. He
Mm-hmm.
likes the technical side of archery. I'm more of the kid, like the kid side.
yeah, yeah.
The person, hey, hey bud, tried this instead, or
It was kind of talking with them. You can see everybody can do stuff a little different. Not that it's
Right.
wrong. Like even when I'm looking at it, I was like, they said, "Well, is this right?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's right." And they're like, "Well, you know how I was like, I don't do it that way, but that's technically not a problem."
Right.
And they're like, "Oh, I want to see how you do it." And then, seeing how they do it, that I didn't see anything that changed my ways about.
Right.
But there was some different ways that weren't bad. All right, they're on the 11th scoring end.
Let me see if Riley's given her dad.
A heart attack.
Oh, Riley girl.
Uh-oh.
It's no, she's got. I'm just looking at her target. Everything is in the X ring right now, but she does have a hole. Oh no, she does have a 5 down there. But she does have a hole that was just outside of the X. Maybe.
So she has.
So she's dancing around there. So she's doing good. She's still clean 300.
I mean, she's on track for 1, 2, 3, 4. So she's mid 50 X's.
Okay.
It's not bad. I would take it.
No, that's probably her highest X count. If I had to guess. Her dad said earlier, "Do not put the camera on me on the last end." What do you think I'm going to do?
Put the camera on her.
I'm going to put the camera on him at the last end.
Oh, him. Heck yeah.
I love watching. If I know a kid is, reaching a big milestone, a 300, or, they're trying to get a 50X or whatever, I know the kid is shooting and I know they're shooting well, but I try to focus on the parent too. And I try to take a picture of the parent's reaction or a video of the parent's reaction. Or the kid, just depending on who it is, or the kid,
Yep.
because I think that is like you get to see the excitement that the parent has. At the ringer, Riley was on the platform shooting on the shoot-offs, and her dad was in the coach's box, and her mom was back here, and I had a good seat so I could see Riley, but I turned around and I was watching her mom, and she was just eyes covered, I can't look.
So this is the last end. We need to get a camera on Riley's parents. So they're
Riley's dad
right down there, right?
Yeah.
See the one with the Texas A&M
Yeah.
shirt? He's kind of standing there, standing at the top. No, he's up on the right up side. Up,
A little bit more, right there.
there he is.
That's Dad and big sister, and then Ben and Connor.
Yeah,
and Miss
let's
Shackelford right
let's
there.
see. Let's see if he gets stressed on this on this last one. Oh, that's big sister.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a gap.
Yes, there is. Emily's sweet though. She's come and shot here before
Oh, really? Okay.
and got new strings on our bow
We have
for you guys.
our
from you
gap.
guys.
Our gap is 13 years.
Theirs is a little bit more than that.
Yeah. Gracie's 27, and Ellie is 13.
14. She just
14.
turned 14.
She just
right?
turned 14. Yeah, Gracie just turned 27. That's right. So 13 years. They're just almost exactly 13 years apart.
I mean, I know we like to watch Riley shoot too, but
Her and Molly are about
It'll be
11
fun.
years apart.
it'll be fun to watch Darren's
And
reaction.
Ryan is about 6.5, 7 years older than Ellie. All right, so we'll go ahead and highlight Riley.
There's Riley. Girl.
You know what? Do picture in picture with Dad.
Oh yeah, see if you can do that, Jacqueline. Camera
no.
2 and camera 3.
She may not be able to do that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we have it set up like
Well,
that.
that's okay. Look at her singing. Oh, Riley girl.
That's hilarious.
Look, I can do.
So they're
That was so
we're looking right
cute.
now. Here we go. X. There you go. Dad said, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." There we go. This is great. Yeah. So she's got 4 more arrows.
She shot her 300 at your sidewalk
Yeah,
last
first
time.
one.
Her first 300. This is
There you go. Just lower the X. Let's see what Dad's like.
Jessica.
So funny.
Jessica, don't tell him we did this to him.
It's so funny.
I love being able to watch the parents' reaction, though.
Yeah.
X.
X. Riley, full draw. X.
Good
All right,
job,
one
sis.
more arrow.
Woo, Dad.
Look at that. He's like, it's exhausting. I'm telling you, I've been there. I've totally been there. I would hate for somebody to have a camera on me because I'd
Right,
be
I
pacing.
know.
I can't watch. Like, there's nothing worse than you have your binoculars on the last target. I know you've been there, and you're just like, okay, here it is. Just one last.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
are you
it is.
kidding
So
me?
maybe just watch Riley on this one, not Dad's reaction. Well,
Oh,
I
I'm
have a
watching
video
Dad's
here.
reaction right now.
She's got it though.
All right.
She's
right
super
after she shoots this,
confident.
flip to Dad. There it is, X. Yes. That's exciting. Good job, Riley.
Good job,
300.
Riley girl.
Probably about a 54, 55 X.
I think.
Well
let's
done.
look at Adam. Adam had a fist bump, so I'm sure he.
Adam Shackelford.
Can we go to his target?
We have Adam and
Cole.
Adam's at 50. Yeah. What target was he on? Adam. Is that Adam's? Oh, yeah. He was.
They're all fives.
Yeah, they're all fives. You can tell he was stressed because it looks like 1, 2, 3. He
Look,
dropped 2 X's.
His only outsides are right at that end.
Yeah, so that would tell me he shot a 50, what was he at, 49, 54, 52-ish X.
Good.
Count.
Congratulations, Adam.
53, maybe 50.
And then Cole Ware should come up to shoot.
Yeah, I think it was a 53X. That may be his personal best.
Right, and then Cole
But
Ware
that's been
should-
right around his. I mean, he's been shooting 52s, 50. I'm betting it just tied his best.
Yeah, Cole Ware will shoot next, I think. Top line.
All right. There we go. Man, Elaine's struggling. Poor kid. We've seen him. We've seen them all there. All of them there. I hate seeing that. All right, Cole Ware. He's dropped 3 X's so far. Wait a minute. Yeah, let me look here. He's at 52 X's right now. If he shoots 5 X's, what does that mean?
57.
That's right. Cole Ware. X. Yeah, he just he went to the Hornet camp and out
I
in
saw
Atlanta
that.
with George Riles and did the week there. Said it was a lot of fun.
He's singing too. I love
By the
it.
way, we have music here. Oh, here we go.
Cole Ware. Come on. Heavens to Betsy.
Oh, so stressful. Are you kidding me? Because what if the knot comes off? Like if he does that and the knot comes loose
Well,
just a
what
little
if he
bit.
can't just hold? What if, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, the
Yeah.
longer I
Ooh.
know these kids are strong. I know they can hold those. I know they can hold that. But
Yeah.
my mind always just goes to worst case scenario that you're I don't know. It just scares me.
It's a fixed blade.
But you know what I mean? Like if it fires
Yeah.
while he's messing with it,
Yeah.
it's
Here.
gonna go shoot on target number 1.
Yep. So 2 X's. He does hold strong. There it is. X.
Letting out his breath, trying to slow his heart rate down a little bit.
Yep. He knows the camera's on him too. Look at him. He does. See, he just said, no, he's singing. The music almost gets drowned out with the amount of noise in here. So many
and it being the
people.
last end too, that
Yep. X.
everybody's finishing up, packing up. The ones that have done shot, they're walking back to their spectators. Putting a bow equipment away already.
All right, here we go. 56 or 57. We want a 57 right here. X. Cole Ware.
Yep.
Dead center. Inside out. Yep. 57X. That was a good round.
Good.
He's pretty happy. He just pointed at the camera.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
We missed him.
it.
We missed him. He's just like. We still have a few archers down there shooting. We got Toby Ragsdale. I believe he's still clean. We'd have to go look. Dennis Chen, 45X. He's on track for a 50X. Oh, so Toby dropped one on the 10th end. So I think Ellie ended with like maybe a 273. We're happy with that, especially with
Okay.
that one round where she shot. What did she shoot? She shot an 18. So that's 7 points right there. So
Right.
if it wasn't for those, even if she'd shot her average, add 5 points to that, and that puts her right at the 280, which is where she wants to. That's where her goal is to
Right.
get into the
In the
280s.
280s.
Yeah. She has these one, like this happened the other day too. She just has this one kind of crazy round,
That's all right.
It's all going to come together.
All right. They're going to go score, give it a little bit to update. And then we do have a 6 p.m. line, but there will be no live coverage.
No
for that.
live coverage. It'll be quick. It'll be small. There's no reason for us to do that. It just wears us out.
It does.
Plus, you want to go to dinner.
It does. I want to go to dinner.
I don't know. I gotta figure out dinner for tonight too. I know what Ellie will want. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that's what she used to call it. Chick-fil-A.
Aw. All right.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining, and I guess we will catch you